Welcome back to DC-Cember as me and my guests, Serum Lake and Settle Up, continue on through the best and worst Batsuits. Enjoy.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
I'm not sure how you guys feel, but Robert Pattinson's suit is next up on the list at number 7.
Fair enough. It is at least different to what we've seen so far, with the collar and the quite tight leather cowl. I don't think it's bad. I found it interesting that you could take the bat symbol off and use it as like a blade to cut things.
Yeah, I remember when people thought like, is that supposed to be the gun that killed his parents? People were so convinced and turned off because of that.
I personally don't like the suit at all very much. And funny story, when the suit first came out back in, like, images of it back in, was it 2020, I think? Or was it 2019? I was very vocal about how much I really didn't like the suit, especially the cowl. For me, the cowl just throws me off a lot. It's showing off too much of the side of his head. There's even a poster where it goes far back enough to where you can see his sideburns, and it's just like, that throws me off about the cowl because it just doesn't look right. Doesn't sit well with me. Everything's like leather stitched, which I guess gives that do-it-yourself aesthetic, but all the shapes of the cowl, the nose is blocky. A lot of it just kind of clashes with the rest of the suit for me, which is more structured and armored, and the chest piece and halves are like one of those techie segmented suits. And then you put that really Adam West style leather cowl on, the clash is just always throwing me off. And a lot of people are like, don't worry, it's going to translate better in the movie. It's going to look better in the movie. For me, it didn't look any better in the movie, honestly. And it's funny because I loved Robert Pattinson being casted. I think it was even 2018. I was like, you know what? I think Robert Pattinson would be a great guy for the role because he's got the chin, he's got the jawline, he's got the acting chops. He's been in a lot of indie movies. He's been killing it out there. And I think he could really play a good, broody Bruce Wayne. And maybe if he bulked up a little bit, which I guess he didn't either, but that's not too important. But yeah, for me, it's like the cowl it really, I've seen photo shots of Robert Pattinson, like more traditional cowls, like Rebirth, New 52 style cowls, and he looks phenomenal. Like I would love to see him in a different suit altogether. I do like the emblem coming out as a batarang or knife or whatever, and I do like the gadgets he has in the movie, but it's just purely the aesthetic of the suit just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's just hard because with all these years, they're trying to figure out how to make each Batsuit, I guess, look different than the last. And this one does a little bit of mixture, like, as you mentioned, with Adam West. And I want to say some of the style of the mask reminds me of Gotham by Gaslight, at least for like with the cowl, maybe a little bit with collar, and a little bit, I guess, with the Arkham games as far as for with the playing and stuff. Which is funny because I think that for the detachable symbol, that's pretty much his one and only batarang. I never see him use a batarang for anything else in the movie.
You know, it's funny, also in the movie where he's hanging off the rails and he sees the thing that blows up, the fire extinguisher, I think, and he's like, oh, smoke, that's useful. Like, he doesn't have his own smoke pellets either, so he's like, he uses that thing to unleash all the smoke, and he uses that to his advantage to hide in it and get the jump on those guys. But it's kind of like, you're Batman, shouldn't you have your own smoke bombs by now? I just have higher hopes for the next movie.
Although I say this is definitely one of the most durable Batsuits I think I've seen, like withstanding bullets.
The fact that it's not just bullet resistant, it deflects the bullets. That was another thing. Like, he's just tanking the submachine guns and rifles or whatever. It's just like, okay, that is pretty super freaking high tech.
Not to mention withstanding the fire from the bomb explosion, because like he was like right there in point blank range. His face should be a little bit burned or something, and even to withstand a building.
Yeah, I think Matt Reeves need to take a few physics courses or something. Because again, the scene where he's coming down from the elevator and walking towards it, just walking into the guys, like firing at him into his chest, it's like, even if you do have a bulletproof suit, you're going to be flying backwards from all that kinetic energy coming at you. There's no way you just walk into a gun like that, especially point blank, emptying their clip into you. It's Superman can do that, sure, but a regular human being, there's nobody on Earth who can do that.
So far, it sounds like we don't like any of the top Batsuits.
Yeah, they've been just okay at best. Hopefully, as we get further in, it gets better.
But yeah, for the Batsuit, yeah, it's like, yeah, I agree. Matt Reeves definitely needs to take a few cues, but hopefully with the sequel, we get a more streamlined suit. Maybe because as Batman in his story is going to become more experienced, he'll have a better look.
Really hope so.
But luckily from here, we have nowhere to go but up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content, as well as to follow both Serum Lake and Saddle Up on their respective social medias. Stay tuned.